Alright, so boom, you're looking for a new spot, right? Someplace with a vibe, with stories, with actual to-do. Well, let me tell you, I've been digging, and Riverside, California? This place has got it. This isn't just some random idea, this is your official, unofficial Saffron Seekers travel guide to a city that honestly might just surprise the heck out of you. We're talking about peeling back the layers of this beautiful, and I mean genuinely beautiful city. Forget what you think you know, or what you don't know, because we're diving in deep. You're gonna learn about the absolute must-see attractions, the kind of places that make you whip out your phone and go, whoa, I gotta get a shot of this. Think of this as your all-access pass, your cheat sheet to experiencing Riverside like you've lived here for years, even if it's your first time setting foot in the city. So buckle up or, just get comfortable because over the next few minutes or more because there's a lot to cover. We're hitting the ground running. This is Riverside, through my eyes, for you to explore. Let's do this. This is Saffron Seekers, and we're about to show you something awesome. You cannot come to Riverside and not see the Mission Inn. This place is on a whole other level. It's like a sprawling historical labyrinth. The architecture is just insane. Every corner tells a story. The Mission Inn Museum is a must-visit. Learn about Frank Miller's vision. Presidents, movie stars, royalty, they've all been here. The scale of the Mission Inn is something else. It's iconic for a reason. Alright, after soaking in all that history and architecture, you're gonna want some fresh air, some perspective. And for that, there's no better place in Riverside than Mount Rubidoux Park. Now don't let the word mount scare you off if you're not a hardcore hiker. This is accessible. This is for everyone. It's more of a very large hill, but with views that definitely punch above their weight class. It's a local institution, a place people go to exercise, to think, to catch a sunrise or a sunset. The trails here are mostly paved, which is a huge plus. You can walk, you can jog, you can push a stroller, though it's uphill, so prepare for a bit of a workout. As you wind your way up, the city starts to spread out beneath you like a map. You see the neighborhoods, the freeways looking like tiny ribbons, the distant mountains, and when you get to the top, man, oh man, panoramic views. We're talking 360 degrees of Riverside and the entire Inland Empire. On a clear day, you can see for miles. There's a giant cross at the summit, the Sarah Cross, which has its own history and significance. It's a great spot for photos, obviously, but it's also just a great place to sit and reflect. You can't talk about Riverside without talking about oranges. This city owes its history and identity to citrus. The California Citrus State Historic Park is a living monument to the citrus industry. Rows of citrus trees stretch out as far as you can see. It's so fragrant, so sweet. Learn about different citrus varieties and their history. The visitor center is packed with information and exhibits. It's a beautiful place to spend an afternoon. Chapter 4, Cheech gets deep art, culture, and Chicano power. Alright, let's switch gears a bit. We're heading to the Cheech Marin Center for Chicano Art and Culture. Cheech Marin, the comedian, is also a passionate art collector. He's gifted a huge chunk of his collection to create this center. This place is vibrant, a statement, a cultural landmark. The art just explodes off the walls. It's colorful, powerful, thought-provoking. The Cheech is more than just an art museum. It's a space for dialogue, community, and education. Chapter 5, Chill Vibes Only Finding Peace at Fairmount Park. After all that art and culture, maybe you're looking for a place to just chill, to unwind, to stretch out, to enjoy some simple pleasures. Well, Riverside has the perfect spot for that, Fairmount Park. This isn't some new trendy park. This is a classic, a place that's been serving the community for generations. It's got that comfortable, lived-in feel, like your favorite old sneakers. It's sprawling, it's green, and it's got a little something for everyone. The first thing you'll probably notice about Fairmount Park is Lake Evans, right in the middle of it all. It's not a huge lake, but it's big enough for paddle boats, for fishing, for just watching the ducks and geese go about their day. Renting a paddle boat here is kind of a rite of passage, a fun, slightly goofy way to spend an hour. Or you can just find a bench by the water's edge and let the world drift by. There are wide, grassy areas perfect for picnics, for throwing a frisbee, for letting the kids run wild. It's the kind of park where you see families celebrating birthdays, couples taking a romantic stroll, people walking their dogs, joggers getting their miles in. It's a real slice of everyday Riverside life, and that's part of its charm. Chapter 6, Showtime, the Fox Performing Arts Center's Grandeur. Alright, let's talk entertainment, but with a touch of old-school glamour. If you get a chance, you absolutely have to check out the Fox Performing Arts Center. This isn't just any theater. This is a beautifully restored, historic movie palace that's now a premier venue for all sorts of live performances. Walking into this place is like stepping back into Hollywood's golden age. The architecture, the decor, it's all incredibly ornate and grand. You can almost hear the ghosts of movie stars past. The history of this theater is pretty cool. It originally opened in 1929, and it was one of the first theaters in California to be equipped for talkies. It even hosted the very first public screening of Gone with the Wind in 1939. How wild is that? They've done an amazing job restoring it, preserving all those incredible details while updating it with modern sound and lighting. But it's not just a museum piece. The Fox is a thriving, active venue. They host a huge variety of shows: Broadway touring companies, big-name musicians, comedians, dance performances, classic movie screenings. So, the Fox Performing Arts Center, it's a gem. It's a beautifully preserved piece of history, a stunning architectural marvel, and a fantastic place to see a live show. Okay, so we've done history, we've done nature, we've done art, we've done classy entertainment. What if you've got kids with you? Or what if you're just a big kid at heart, and you're craving some good old-fashioned amusement park fun? Well, Riverside has you covered there too, with Castle Park. This place isn't trying to be Disneyland, and that's actually part of its charm. It's a more manageable, more affordable, and super family-friendly amusement park that's been a local favorite for decades. The whole medieval castle theme is, pretty fun. You walk in, and there's a big castle facade, knights, dragons, the whole 9 yards. They've got a decent selection of rides, from classic roller coasters that'll give you a good thrill, to gentler stuff for the little ones. There's a log ride, a merry-go-round, spinning rides, all the staples you'd expect. Beyond the rides, Castle Park has a really impressive miniature golf course. Actually, I think they have a few. And they're not just your standard putt-putt. They're elaborately themed with castles and dragons and all sorts of obstacles. And of course, there's an arcade, because what's an amusement park without an arcade full of flashing lights and a cacophony of sounds? So, if you're looking for some straightforward fun, some thrills, some laughs, Castle Park is a solid choice in Riverside. Alright, prepare yourselves, because our next stop is unique. There's no other word for it. We're going to Tio's Tacos. Now, you might be thinking, okay, a taco joint, cool. And yes, the food is good, we'll get to that. But Tio's Tacos is so much more than just a place to eat. It's an art installation, it's a sculpture garden, it's a folk art masterpiece, it's Tio's Tacos. You just have to see it to believe it. It's an explosion of creativity made from recycled materials. Imagine a sprawling patio, every inch of which is covered in sculptures and structures made from everything. Bottles, cans, bicycle parts, old toys, mannequins, wire, concrete, you name it. It's probably been incorporated into something here. There are towering figures, whimsical creatures, entire buildings made of glass bottles. The sheer amount of work and imagination that has gone into this place is mind-boggling. And yes, the food. Amidst all this artistic, wonderful madness, they serve up some seriously delicious Mexican food. Tacos, burritos, enchiladas, all the classics. Tio's Tacos is a Riverside institution. It's quirky, it's weird in the best possible way, and it's utterly unforgettable. We talked about citrus earlier, about how it shaped Riverside, but now, we're going to visit the matriarch, the origin, the OG, the parent Washington navel orange tree. Yes, a single tree. This is one of the 2 original navel orange trees sent to Riverside in the 1870s, the one from which a massive portion of the world's navel orange industry actually sprang. Located at the corner of Magnolia and Arlington Avenues, this tree isn't in some grand park or behind a velvet rope in a museum. It's just there, protected by a fence, sure, and with a historical marker, but it's surprisingly unassuming for something so incredibly significant. Yet this gnarled old tree is a living link to a pivotal moment in agricultural history. It's a biological treasure. From the budwood of this tree and its sibling, an entire industry was born. It's a symbol of resilience, of innovation, and of Riverside's unique place in the story of citrus. The parent Washington navel orange tree is so much more. Alright, we've seen majestic inns, climbed scenic mountains, explored art, and paid homage to a legendary tree. Now, for our grand finale, something wonderfully quirky. The world's largest paper cup. Yes, a giant paper cup. It's absurd and awesome. Made of concrete, over 68 feet tall, a relic of roadside advertising, fun for a goofy photo op, a quick fun detour. And that, my friends, is a wrap on our whirlwind tour of Riverside, California. We've hit some incredible spots, right? From the historic grandeur of the Mission Inn to the quirky charm of a giant paper cup, and everything in between. We've seen art that pops, views that inspire, and learned a ton about what makes this city tick. My goal here with Saffron Seekers was to give you a real taste, a genuine feel for what Riverside has to offer. It's more than just a place. It's a collection of stories, experiences, and hidden gems waiting to be discovered. Hopefully you've got a few new places on your list, a bit of inspiration to get out there and see it for yourself. Because honestly, watching this video is one thing, but actually standing on top of Mount Rubidoux, or wandering